astrology, about people rising above their potential. See, the way I look at potential, when I hear say, your potential, my whole life people have been talking about my potential. And basically, that's my electronic frequency that my heart beats, that I use to animate my mind in congruence and cooperation to my body and my spirit, connected to my soul like a streetcar, not named Desire. And I freaking get, and then, where was I going with that? Okay, so, that song always throws me off. And how many times have I deleted it off my phone and it keeps coming back? I don't want it anymore. There, Sam Cooke, a change is going to come. That one's a little bit softer, a little nicer. Rising above people's astrology, right? Because I look at our us as a soul sack, and we contain this energy that's imprinted on us at the time that we're born, and then we navigate through life, and then we have our exchanges at the bank based on the person behind the counter, their energy and their soul sack, and how it mixes with mine and it don't mix with mine. I have a war energy. I've had to learn to temper me my whole life. So why can't other people do it? If a retard like me can learn, how come the rest of the world can't put it away and just get over their opinions about things? I get over my opinion. You gotta just let stuff go. Don't take stuff on as your own just because you hear the words come out of somebody really important's mouth. People gotta rise above their astrology. If you were to look at my chart, it's indicative of like a person that could be very violent, right? And I'm not. I just have had to defend myself. That doesn't make me violent. I'm not violent because people want to take swing on me. That doesn't make me a violent person. Give me a break. I don't even walk in arm's length in the grocery store to people. There's just too many whack jobs on planet Earth. So I went and met this really nice lady today. She's a foot doctor. If you were younger, older, of all ages, there is no better day today than to start your adventure and your path on foot health. I've been on a foot health adventure with Mom because she was born with 2 club feet in the 1950s, and they used to use her as a guinea pig because her parents threw her away for pay into an orphanage, and so she didn't have nobody to look after her. So from a baby, she's only been protected by God. Come on. And the good sense that He gave you. The good sense. Sometimes. She's got a stellium, 5 planets in Sagittarius. Mom was hot to trot in her younger days. We'll just say it like that. Anyway. It's the year of the horse. I wonder how many horses are going to be born next year naturally. I don't like that. I don't like breeding. I don't like the mad science. So people that breed their animals can make a lot of money, and the animals go at risk every day. Like, they don't, yeah. Animals don't want to have babies like people want to have babies. Animals, like, if you watch animals, we've watched animals a lot in life because we didn't have cable. So, we wouldn't have animals, and then, I'd go outside and play, watch the birds, watch the animals, and then I'd go to school and I watch how people acted like these animals, you know, like there was the you know, like how, and then the Native Americans talk about the spirit animal, the animal that animates the person. I don't know, they keep everything all hush up, everything's a secret. Everybody's got their secrets, and it's annoying because I have all these questions that if people answered my questions, it would answer so many things, but they just keep it to themselves because they're withholding. And God, the spirit of the withholder, I hide from that a lot. I'm avoidant from the spirit of the withholder. Anyway, so I went to not talk to this nice lady today, and I uploaded a short. She's looking at my feet, and she's explaining to me. I have to look up the doctor that she said. I think she said Dr. Morton from the 1920s. See, because your body has to be balanced, and if your body isn't balanced, it throws everything off. What's up? And so, like, because I have bad feet, I don't pick up my knees when I walk, and that breaks down all the fascia, which is like part of your antenna. That's why people get translucent skin when they get old, because they lose all of what makes a human, because they don't take care of themselves. And they've been taking my blood since I was a little kid. They called it glucose tolerance test. I've been a scientific experiment my whole entire life, so I just navigate through the world with the potential that I hold. I was listening to these guys. I don't think, unless people have ever gone to war, I don't think people should talk about war. I don't think people should talk about anything unless they've been a part of it. That's why I talk about war on my channel, because I've been to bullshit war. I see how it's like, it's no different than them producing a movie and even using military bases to make movies like Independence Day and stuff like that. It's like it's all the same in my mind. I'm gonna go get my pictures. Ma, how you doing today?
Very well.
You're a very well today, Ma?
Yes,
A very well? I must be doing something right if you're a very well. Okay. Mom likes it when I bring these out. Mom likes it. Where's my keys? Where's the other one? I don't know. Okay. Here, Mom. Here's my little bag of trinkets. See, people that don't be a part of nothing, people that sit in their basement and play their little guitars and jerk off and all that, they don't get like this stuff. There is only, see, this is what the military is the bro club doing stupid shit, and then they get the coin, you get the medallion. Yeah, you get the shadow box. I don't have a shadow box. This is hot from being in the car. Feel how warm that is.
Yeah, that is hot.
It's like the Mark in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Anyway, there's only 200 of these exist on the whole planet. 200. 200 of these exist on the whole entire planet. Look at this. I'm an age ranger. I'm an age ranger. I'm an age ranger. And you ain't gonna find me in Sedona. I'm an age ranger. Look at that. Only 200 of these exist on the whole planet. I mean, since people like trophies, I never even got Student of the Month. I guess they were holding it off for better things. For above mediocrity. Yeah, so people that never gone to war, they shouldn't talk about war. They should just shut the hell up. See, because, like, you don't have to be what the astrology says that you are. You don't have to be. If I were that, I would have a rap sheet as long as my arm. But see, I live from my heart, not from my ego. See, yeah, we go to war when people live from their ego. Not from when they live from their spirit. So because men in tiny little suits with ideas of grandiosity and inferiority complexes are hurting people because they feel conflicted within themselves because they want to be Little Spoon. Well, go be the Little Spoon and leave the rest of the world alone, would you? Look here, these are the mountains in Greece where the gods and Olympus used to roam. That's what this picture is. Because in 2003, I was screwing around at the hotel, but you know what we were doing? We were bombing Iraq. They were doing the last bullshit thing that lasts forever. Now they're just gonna see they make war toys. They make little death zappers and bombs and things to vaporize people and do weird shit to people because the same boys on the playground with their little magnifying glasses that were frying ants in groups out back in the corner while the teacher's like, what are they doing? Keep an eye on them. Well, they go, you know, and then in high school, they're the football star and the baseball star, and then, like, they hide what they're doing more, but what they do is more dirty. And then they grow up a little more and they go to college and they find their little dirty groups like fraternities and sororities like, hey, you can do the weird shit, nobody will tell because we hide behind this oath bullshit and we're going to record everything and blackmail you later. And then they get older and then they get all the good jobs because of nepotism, because they get all the same colleges and all the same privilege and all the same advantages that they take away from good people because they like to play slap and tickle in dark rooms after the sun goes down. I want this whole system to collapse. So then I want everybody to see how easy people are to be bought. And that's why I never sold my soul. I always stayed home. I can't get in trouble. You can't go out and get arrested and like talk to shit to cops and stuff like that and expect to go home. And that's why but me talking to shit to cops is like, for shame, you know, like, you know, like that one cop that the video of me and him going viral, that was because he had beef with me and then harassed me on the day my dog died. And if, I don't care who you are, if I had on my window Artie Pants' last ride and that piece of shit harassed me, he was machismoing on me. And so it's like, it's not one of them, it's all of them. And then they do this. And they like the bombs and the helicopters, and America's such a wonderful wonder. America spends $4 billion on male enhancement drugs. That's what America is. Your dad's going off sleeping with whoever, whoever, and then they eat at these restaurants and all the best spots in all the world, while the mom's at home fucking trying not to go crazy because of the stupid brats that don't know what it is to have a decent dad to look up to. But dad's riding camels. I would never ride a camel. I would never. There's no picture. I would never. I like camels. They're not novelty toys. And all the fucking and my brother's a bro that has been all over the world. Cause see, you get advantages. You take away from advantages of regular people for our own good, and then they go out party all around the world is essentially what they're doing. And for decades they talked. See, military intelligence is an oxymoron, like national security. They're both bullshit. They're both things that are contrived. It's like CPR. CPR is such a weird thing. Like, I've choked on a garlic clove at 4:30 in the morning by myself when I was in a dorm room at Offutt Air Force Base. And so I had to do all kinds of things to dislodge this garlic clove out of my throat. Thank God whatever I did worked, because I'm here. But there are so many instances that people don't know how to do things. And like CPR, I got my first CPR certification when I was 18 back in 1992. And it was like, I had to go to this class, and this lady showed us how to do it, and then she made us all do it to make sure we knew how to do it, to take a test, to know showing. And it was just like this whole time suck. And then it was like, the next year, it was like, well, we decided what we need to do different in order. But I was like, but you were fine with it all. And it's all about changing and making sure that lady gets a paycheck. Systems exist to support the employees in the agency. So like, you go to City Hall, they're not there to make sure that you're done right. They're there to get their paycheck and lock and hide themselves up. And they are the most avoidant people on the planet. And they are the biggest resource hog. Anytime people say, we need this to help you, I scoff at them. We scoff at them. Because we have so much, we're always trying to figure out how we can share what we have with other people. I went into 32 Baskin Robbins the other day. Sometimes if it's a nice morning, before it gets too loud, I'll be like, Ma, you want to go for a ride? Yep, okay, let's go. Road trip. And we'll go get a little milkshake to split between the two of us, right? They had a new banana flavor. It was pretty good. And I walk in, and it smells so good in there. And the kid, autistic kid, told me what it was. I said, because I'm like, what is it that always smells good in here? Like you're baking something. And the lady was just like, I don't know what this lady wants. You know, I just want to make her milkshake and keep the place clean, whatever. And then the autistic kid, he's like, it's the waffle cones. That's the only thing that we cook in house, and they put cinnamon in the dough. I said, thank you, that's it. God. So, thank you for that, dude. And I like to support people that work in businesses in the local community. I will never go to that orange place. That place, I'm not even going to say the name. I'm just going to say I'm Team Byron. Team Jesus, Byron. You keep reading your scripture and keeping it in your pants, and you'll be all right, buddy. You get so excited. 50. See, like, I see so many people of all ages and I don't identify towns by their name. I identify them by the sum of all parts of like everybody that's in it. So if I run into people that if I'm smiling at them and they're all, and I'm like, let me guess, born and raised, you know, and I do that so many times that like the facial expression of born and raised in my mind is, that's not really a friendly place, is it? Is that a friendly place? Because I'm smiling. I gave away stickers and magnets today. Because I got some extra cash because we do this stupid shit. This is stupid shit. This is an '03 on Crete when we didn't have permission from Congress to bomb Iraq, and we did it for 39 days. And then they stopped, and then they started, and then they, and then it's the, and then they, once they start, see, they do anything they want, and then the public is never gonna fight back. The public is, because they are too Team USA, because people aren't accountable within themselves. They aren't gonna recognize the bullshit that their country is gonna do. Like, people want me to be all, look, I got a paid vacation to get my old dog, you know? I also ruined my life. Because I know that America's a lie, because this is what your dads are doing, and when they're fighting, they're in, like, their Hawaiian shirts, kicking back, laughing, having a good time, getting paid hazardous duty. It's stupid. That's your stupid wars. They're paid vacations, the people that are avoidant. Go watch the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. If that isn't the most accurate depiction of what is transpiring right now. They even have kid catchers. They even have kid catchers. That movie came out. You know what? That movie freaked me out. The kid catcher. The kid catcher scene. That, if you've ever seen a kid that has had a traumatic event and you watch them, you can see people have visceral, as adults, like, will shimmy. Like, it goes, it's a frequency of, because I've been in the hands of, they got me before. I was a 10-month-old baby. Somebody got me. I got by a kid catcher, and they did gross things to me. That's how I know they exist. And because, and if you look up the kid catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang, this icky ick, that freaky freakerton, this to me is the ickiest, nastiest, most disgusting ever. The kid catcher. And you know what makes it even creepier to me? Is that I always like, okay, why does this guy creep you out so much? So I look him up on Wikipedia. His name is Sir Robert Helpman. He was an Australian ballet dancer. I love dancing. Like, that, dancing keeps your heart healthy. Dancing is important in health to me. Like, because it helps keep circulation and flow and all that. And so, okay, so that we have that in common. He's an actor, choreographer, and director. His early work in Australia, he moved to Britain in 1932, where he joined the Vic Fells Ballet under its creator. Well, if you look at him closer, dude's birthday is born on the 9th of April, 1909. See, I'm born on the 9th of April. So, the dude that plays a kid catcher, I'm born on the same day. And after the stuff that happened to me, life is a trip. And so many people live very, very, it looks like that chick that just died. It looks like that chick that just died that on that Schitt's Creek show. The kid catcher. You want to freak? Yeah. See, because that stuff exists, so, like, they want people to know. See, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang came out in 1968. I never saw the end of the movie for as long as I don't know if I've ever seen the end of the movie, actually, because it was the runtime was long, and I would always fall asleep. So I wouldn't see the end of the movie because I would fall asleep. And so But the beginning of it, like, my personality is modeled based out of things from the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Like, my ingenuities, like my mechanical skills, that's what he was. Is Dick Van Dyke was an inventor. And he's a dancer and he sings. And, like, I grew up watching... And it has all the weird programming in it. It has it all. It has all of it. I grew up with that. But see, we have free will. And we don't have to live what our charts say that we are. We have free will. Like, so whenever they start flexing this and beating on the war drum, I just want to... all the people that want to do it, which is like... what, like 5 people, they're like, yay, this. Put them all on the island and then let them live out their fantasies of, what was that, Animal Farm? That book, Animal Farm? Or the ones where the boys are on, is that the one where they're on the, there's lots of them where boys are on the island. And bad things happen when boys will be boys. So just let the warmongers go off by themselves and play and leave the rest of us alone. Really. Because most people just, on the comment section, everywhere I go, people just want peace. People just want peace. And I've been spreading my little tidbits of military intelligence is an oxymoron. Just like national security. It's all silly stuff. It's all shows. It's all, Dad's got to go protect you. Dad's going to go sit in a chair someplace else and do nothing while Mom is at home holding down the burden of Dad screwing around. You know, yeah, my brother was in Baghdad for a year in like 2000. He just became a lawyer. And he was already in the military, so he just slid from whatever job he was in the military with his poli-sci diploma. See, you got these guys that didn't have any ambition. All they did was like party, frat boy. My brother, it took him like 8 years to get his back. Like, he milked like student. Like, he did it all right. He got his fake ID. He did all the things that the important people tell us not to do. This world is such a weird place. And I was like, dude, I could never go to college because my brother's smart, and if it takes him that long, it'll take me forever. I got my associate's and my Bachelor of Science degree in less than 4 years. I had to be an age mechanic for 2 years before I could even take my first CLEP test. How come the whole world can't take CLEP tests? How come single moms can't take CLEP tests? How come everybody aren't allowed these privileges? You know what a CLEP test is? That means you get a little pamphlet and you read that pamphlet. And at the end it has like a 10 little question. And then you answer that 10 question quiz. And if you get 8 out of 10 of those right, you don't have to sign up and for those college credit. You just passed a college class. Why can't everybody? See, like, you have these groups that say, we get all this privilege and this advantage because we're going to use it for the good of all people, and they fucking lied. They lied. America is no better off because dudes in little fucking shiny shoes and tight pants went off and dropped bombs in places we have. And I don't even know if they're really dropping bombs. See, I know a guy that used to watch my videos, and his family is in Iran. He's from Iran. He left there when he was 15. I think he's in his 30s now. He lives in Canada. He plays soccer. He works for the system. You know? Like, either you don't be a part of the system or you integrate into it. And I went away from the system. I don't like beast anything. It's not fair. I went with this guy he's an auditor. He goes into the police station and asks for clips of their body cam, their Axum body cam, because injustices happen and he wants proof. And they're just like a bunch of Barney Fifes, and they don't want people to find out the truth. Police in small towns, big towns, it's more paperwork for them. So it's game over. You know, they don't want to help. That's why Emily Pike, it's that time of day, Emily Pike. I'm going to say it every day probably, except the days I don't do videos. Emily Pike. The fraternity order of butt stuff. See, they pick these girls up, give them a ride someplace, and then things get out of hand, and then it's like they call their buddies, and then they need help cleaning up the mess. They feel real bad about it. Or they get stuck in the loop where it's like they did it once, they got to keep doing it. Whatever program. See, that's why I don't like things too much where it can create a pattern in my mind. I had my appendix out when I was a kid. I was like 15, 16. My friends came to see me 3 days after. Probably not though. 3 days after I was in the hospital, and somebody dumped off their Tetris machine and the parts would fall. And I started recognizing the pattern, and then it's not fun. Once you start recognizing the pattern of who and what people are, if they're just like in the red on the Hawkins scale, down in fear and bullshit and butt stuff and born and raised, and like, you know, you have two thoughts in your head and you go back and forth between the two of them, like, those people hate my channel. Like, people that watch, that get stuck in other people's loops, they don't like me because I don't live in other people's loops. Life is too remarkable to live in other people's loops. Mom's story is too remarkable. You know, I see these little tough guys everywhere I go. These little machismos, man, with their little stupid fucking beards, and they all point like little arrows, you know, and with their little fucking belt buckles and their little BKE jeans and with their big wide thread embroidered jeans and their big stupid trucks that it's like they just hammer it. They're just everywhere they go. Those are what when I was a little kid, people would, every now and again I'd come across people would be like peckerhead, and I was like, what's a pecker? Like, what is it? What is it? And then it's like, oh, it's somebody, it's a machismo that his brain thought process is based on stimulating his male genitals, on getting his little tingle and his little balls and stuff. And so that's what a pecker is. Someone that races around all the time. They're like cruising for chicks. They're not good to chicks. They're catcalling. They're blasting with their black smoke. The coal roll. I remember in like 2010 when that, like they started doing that. I was talking to my buddy, Mr. I said, why do they do, it's an annoyance. Either people are helpers or they're hinders. And these are guys that like are parked next to their friends with the police trucks because they all live in the same house. It's a mentality, and it doesn't matter if they have, you know, like, because they don't abide by the law. That's what I'm learning. That's what I was trying to explain to this guy, Ryan from the New Mexico Citizen. I said, I study law all the time. I am constantly studying laws of my local area, federal law, like, and it's all just like when I was in plays when I was a kid. When I was in plays when I was a kid and they had a synopsis of what the character is supposed to be, in my mind, that was never different than any time I ever went and applied for a job, and then they had a write-up of the expectations of the employee. I said, that's just who the character is supposed to be. That doesn't mean that the person, that just is who and so that's why the world, there's several different versions of the world, because there's very few people that show up into this world in an authentic manner, in true authenticity. Because people at the end of the day, if you see people on, I'm not me. See, I'm a contrarian. I'm the anomaly. I'm the not me. It's them. It's not me. Because see, I don't have to do social media to pay rent. I don't have to get licensed. I don't have to make apps so people can pay for my opinion on how I see things. Especially those that have dumbed their craft down to putting in fake intelligence prompt. Like, you're a prompter now. You're not an astrologer anymore. You were an astrologer when you did astrology, but that's not what they do anymore. Now they just put in their little prompts. If this, then that. If this, then that. Repeat, scant, blah. Like, it's just a different jargon. I went to college for it. I followed through. I did. I know a lot of people don't. That's like, it was ever since as long as I can remember, it was never about the college degree. It was never about what you learned. It was always about that you can start something and that you can finish it all the way through. And look at modern day society at all the people that can't. Because why? They're all ADHD, ODGs, OBGs, LYSNs, and I don't know, alphabet soup, right? They're all these things. Somebody wrote on a piece of paper that I was when I was a little kid, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It never mattered, because I always had to get home and make sure mom got something to eat and things were okay. Oh, Mom. You know, and I get older, and now we do more things like soak feet and stuff like that. You know, and but I know a lot of stuff because we have been disadvantaged. It's given me to operate because I'm like, okay, if I go to a place and if I need a service and I need help, and they're there to provide the service and help, and I show up there and I'm like, okay, these are all the reasons why I need help. I did all these things, you know, I crossed my T's, I dotted my R's, I did everything society told me I needed to do to be the person of character, so that when I need help, I can get it. And then I show up to the window and they're like, close the window, no, you're not qualified, access denied. And I'm like, well, if I can't get help in my background, then when other people's things start happening, they're not going to get help either. And then like Katrina happened. And then like Michael and then like all these things, and I started paying attention to everyone, every single one of them, where agency was supposed to show up, the government was supposed to show up to play Captain Save-A-Ho, and a lot of people got paid when the work didn't get done. And I'm like, this is what America, and it happens. It's like the president isn't allowed in places outside military installments because that's the only place he has control of. But he can't go because in order for, it's a public speaking engagement, so they have to like write a contract out, pay 20 grand for the venue. And back when he was the, poser president the first time, back when he could have saved all the human trafficking and the Epstein and saved the day back then, but did nothing because it's all bullshit. You just have to try to ignore it all. You got to let it not make you mad, because we're coming into a season where all these placements are in Aries, and so it's like the planet is, the cosmos, the way I look at it is the cosmos is going to be pushing buttons in people, right? It's got to be pushing buttons. But if you've done the work in your life, all the spiritual work, and if you lit all your crystals and shined all your moonstone glasses and waters and all those things, you did everything that you were supposed to do, then it won't impact you now. You can rise above your astrology. You don't have, there's not conflict. People only like get chips on their shoulder and go out there and want to take it up with somebody because they feel bad inside. But if you feel okay inside, even if people get aggressive with you outside, it'll be okay, because it's like, I'm okay enough, I can share my okay with you. I'm being called to mature and grow up at this point, and it doesn't sound like a real good time. My body's getting tired, you know. You get to an age, and it's just like, dude, I don't, like, everybody is so conflicted in their heart, in their ego, what they're called to do and what they yearn to do, that it's just, they just need to go sit under a tree and chill out. You know? So no, things don't have to get scary. Like, I look at my astrology all the time. I get so many different tidbits and ads and stuff like that. And just today, where was it? The astrology one. Oh! My co-star. It says, this doesn't make you a bad person to love. It doesn't make you a bad person to love two people at once. And I'm just like, I don't love it. Like, sometimes it's like, maybe if Mom would have got the life that she would have had, this would have been accurate. But they're not always. People get paid a lot of money to perceive how they see the planets in the sky. I have my own way of interpreting them. I was telling the lady about that today. I said, it's funny. It's like a solar eclipse in Pisces. And Luna's still here. I was worried, man. I don't know. She's not. She goes when she wants. But it's always just like, I mean, because the way Benny left, you just never can tell, you know. And we age at different intervals. We're all going, Mom, how are you feeling? Mom's not getting younger. I'm trying to. I got some shoe inserts today. Got some inserts for my molds made. I'll get them in a few weeks. I'll get them in the post office. And then I'm going to see how that goes, and then I'll order a couple more pair maybe, because I had to bring like my slippers and my shoes and stuff like that. But I learned things, because we're all just a skeleton in flesh, right? And some people have muscle on their skeleton and then their flesh. But I go through the world. I'm like a meta glasses in my own brain, really. And because everybody is just a skeleton, and anything beyond that is aches and pains, and discomfort, and liver problems, and diabetes, and sores on your feet, and all this stuff that comes with that. Now that stuff is so scary to me. It helps me stay moving, because other people, so we soak feet a lot around here. We know the importance of feet health around here. It's really important, right? Right. But my feet hurt now because I didn't take it. Well, we didn't have a lot of money either. And the lady explained it to me, because she said, like, your feet are wide. And that's why I always wore big shoes. Like guys' shoes that were too long for me, because I couldn't find women's shoes in my size. I couldn't find shoes that fit my foot shape. And as you get old, your feet like smash down and pancake. So I used to be an 8.5, and now I'm like a 7. Isn't that interesting? She did the thing, the saddle scale is what in my mind it's called, the slidey scale. They used to, that's how they measured my feet in the shoe store in Atascadero. I have to go see Grandma. I'd like to go see Grandma because then I get to get new shoes and stuff. It's very important to take care of your soul sack. And all the people now, like, I see their behaviors and they don't see how what they're doing, like they're doing it today and they did it yesterday and they did it at this time of year and they did it at that time of year, and they don't even know what to slip the things that they're doing on a regular basis. Like, those things catch up to you. Those things catch up to you. Sugar catches up to you. Alcohol is sugar. And people like me are energetic sensitives, that the way sugar breaks down in my mind, like, I go to the no place space. The place where I can't really describe what's happening right now. Some people go to little vacations and take their ayahuasca in the desert to do it, and I could just drink a bottle of Jack Daniels and get to have the same results. I like to play cards with my friends, and I get to the point, and all of a sudden, every single card in my hand, they're all, I couldn't tell what suit they were. They were all every suit. So, like, it was like the 6, and then I look at the shape, and it was the diamond, club, spade, and heart all melded together. And that's when I'd be like, I'm out. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. But I like to not know what I'm doing because I have to know what I'm doing all the time. I'm one of those hyper-vigilant. That's why I don't burden other people with me drinking, because it burdens society when I drink. Look, Ma, Luna's happy. She's happy girl. I shaved her butt hairs. Her hair gets so thick as she gets hot, and then that's when they get labored, and you gotta worry. And so we trim hair today. So I chase her around the yard with the clippers. And when she lets me, she lets me. When she's not in the mood, I don't press it. It's up to her, because she likes it. I know it makes her feel better. Want to say hi, Ma? Hi. Wait. Wave. Hi, little Ma.
Moving on.
Are you singing today? Ma, you're singing today? You see, there, you go in the world, you walk out of the grocery store, you walk around, I look around, I'm looking for other people with nice, shiny faces. Where are the smiles? All these people are just doing what they want to do all the time. How come they're not more happy about it? Like their guy won, or they lost, or whatever, right? Like there's snow on the mountain. There's always things that, like, make people happy. So why aren't there so many more happy people? Because it's all silly nonsense. Ma, people are figuring it out. Washington, D.C. and Hollywood get the same budgets to take from single mom and dads to perpetuate their lies. Like NASA's still a thing, huh? They're still pulling that bullshit, huh? All this UAP stuff, where's Space Force and all this? Where's all the articles and all the, transparency there? Because OPSEC don't even exist in America anymore. Because they do everything with the planetary alignments. That's when they drop their bombs. It's for their weird rituals. They kill people. They're human sacrifices. And it's by men that believe in gods that would sacrifice their own son. So that butt stuff in America is cool. This shit ain't flying no more. Consequences will be had.